There was a cardinal rule in entertainment. If it was ever popular, chances are someone made a movie about it. And that's what we have with Digimon. And not just one movie. There are anywhere between like 7 or 9. It depends how you count. The first 3 shorts, either they're all one movie or some people count them individually. Anyway, for the sake of me being able to say I have completed a season, I'm done talking about it, I've looked at everything, I'm going to look at all these movies. Except for possibly X Evolution. I don't know, I'm planning on mostly just doing the ones that involve this TV seasons and not just kind of original movies. But I might do it for like an anniversary video or something special. That's still up in the air, nothing's decided yet. Now what has been decided is that I will actually be comparing the dubbed movies to the original Japanese movies. Why am I comparing the movies to the original Japanese and not the TV shows? Well, the movies are just so short. I mean, most of them are like, what, 20 minutes long? Meanwhile, the TV shows are up to like 20 hours if you count every single episode. That just eats up so much time. I'd never be able to remember like all the differences, and even then I don't know what differences would be worth mentioning or like what exactly I'd be looking for. So I don't do comparisons between the two. Like, I'm not gonna go back and do a comparison of Cross Wars and Fusion. I've already seen it once, and although I'm sure a lot of the dialogue has changed and the characterization differs in the two versions of certain characters, it still generally kind of follows the same layout as each other. TK and Matt's parents are divorced in both versions. Ken's brother dies in both versions. Tai creates Skull Greymon in both versions. So they follow the same kind of beat and format. There are definitely differences, like you told me that Mimi's character is way better in the Japanese, she's not as annoying, and I'll believe that easily. It's actually really obvious that they dumbed her down for the dub, because I remember being told in school that like when the original animes are made in Japan, like Digimon, the target audience is like somewhere between the ages of 13 and 17. So they add in like alcoholic references, sex references, swearing, that sort of stuff's okay. But when they bring it over to America or the more Western audiences, that target audience drops to like somewhere between 7 and 10. So they have to take out a bunch of things to make it more appropriate for that age group. Certain characters have to be dumbed down and the mood has to be lifted, you know, a little more upbeat to kind of sort of counterbalance some of the more traumatizing things that happen in the show. It's kind of like we can still call this a fun time adventure for little kids, even though like Wizardmon, Leomon, Oikawa, Mummymon, Arcanimon, and Blackworld Greymon all die. We can still call it that fun adventure as long as like all the kids are goofy and wacky and just uplift the mood. And as long as there's nothing like borderlining risque, you know, the parents won't get upset. And you know, I kind of actually feel sympathy for like the dubbing process, because it is just one giant marketing game, I think, where it's like we can't piss off parents too much, but we want to make this show for kids, and but we have to follow the layout the Japanese writers had with like this plot and this character doing this, so we can do that, but we have to take out this to compensate for that. I just think about like all the stuff the South Park guys had to go to before they got that kind of license to just do whatever the hell they want, and they would talk about like, we were allowed to say this many swear words in this episode, but if we wanted to say more, we had to take this joke out. And it was just this huge thing about censorship and what the company was willing to allow. I'm just kind of rambling on again now. I'm going to be reviewing all 4 movies that have to do with Adventure Endo 2. I'm mainly just going to try to do brief summaries of the movies, do like some comparisons, and then just have our final thoughts at the end. So we're going to start off talking about the prequel to everything. At least in Japan it was the prequel. The movie Digimon Adventure. Listen to your face, get when it's an HD. Maybe I can take you, but you can take me. When I pull my H2 up to your H3, you know that you wanna be in this movie, so don't be acting like I'm tripping with a stranger mission. Recording you while you loving me down.